business and the opportunity to serve you and the prospects that don't know you're going to be banking with us yet. Thank you in advance. We're hopeful that you'll see an opportunity or give us an opportunity to earn your business. But we want to thank the Cobb Chamber and this community for allowing Pinnacle to call Cobb County our home. And we're so proud to be part of this community, and we're based right out here in Cobb County and love every minute of it. So thank you all, and look forward to hearing from the governor. So I'll turn it over to my friend Ben Mathis.
Good morning, Governor, First Lady. Welcome. Thank you again for coming back. Y'all have been wonderful. You've come all these years, and even when you don't need to anymore, and we appreciate it very much. But Governor, I was thinking about this. I would be remiss not to point out that you do have an unfulfilled campaign promise. And I recall, and Marty will remember this too vividly, when we first met, I guess 7 years ago, you were guests with us at Georgia Tech Georgia game. And I remember you promising that we would win at least 4 games against Georgia during your terms as governor. And 8 years later, I'm still waiting. So we need to deal with that. I want to acknowledge our great friend and business partner in Rob Garcia and Pinnacle. Many of you have known us for years. We've co-sponsored. The governor's cleaned up our act. We used to tease each other really hard about particularly Tech and Auburn football. But again, thanks to the governor and UGA, Auburn doesn't really play football anymore in their basketball school. So congratulations, Rob. All right, getting to the moment. Joining me are also a number of my colleagues from Freeman, Mathis, and Gary. If they would stand up, please, just to be recognized. We appreciate you being here this morning. Thank you. And I'll take just a second to talk about one of my favorite subjects, which is our law firm. Rob mentioned we started on April Fool's Day. We're starting our 28th year. We just celebrated our anniversary. We actually had 8 lawyers, Rob, not 5, 3 secretaries and a office manager. And today we're a little over 450 lawyers. We'll cross 500 lawyers in September. Our Galleria office now has a part of 4 floors and has over 200 people in the Galleria complex. We're in 38 offices in 21 states, and we have a total head count of over 800 employees. But beyond the numbers, I'm proud to say that I think we have built a wonderful law firm. We're proud that many of the people in this room are clients of ours or have been clients, and when they had a matter that was important to them. Last year, we rebranded with a new slogan, FMG, When It Counts. And I said at the time that I thought it was much more than a slogan. It was a reflection of the law firm we had become, and that is one that handles significant, complex cases and can do so at any courtroom in America and do it successfully. So thanks to my colleagues and all those who have been a part of our ride for the last almost 3 decades, we appreciate it. And I wanted to highlight one other area of our practice that a lot of people don't know about that's very proud to us, is that we represent more law enforcement agencies in the state of Georgia than any other law firm. And over the last number of years, I think, frankly, a lot of law firms ran away from representing public service and public safety officials. We didn't, and we've done it successfully. We doubled down on that representation, and we're proud of it, and we're pleased to represent our great law enforcement officials around the state. So just want to close by saying thank you to everybody for being here. It was mentioned Rob and I are both former chairs, and we take that service we had with the Cobb Chamber as one of the highlights of our civic involvement. This really is an amazing chamber. Somebody said earlier today it's like family, and it is so much that way. This chamber, this whole area is a reflection of what this chamber has accomplished, and thank you for finding the time to always support it. Again, Governor and First Lady, thank you for being with us. We appreciate it.
After Rob's comments, I'm definitely not wearing a tie again. Now for the guest that we've all been waiting for, and I have the pleasure of introducing him, and I do know what state he is the governor of, the great state of Georgia. If you know, you know. But before I get into the introduction details, I just want to personally thank the governor. I know he's backstage getting mic'd up, but I want to thank him on behalf of Brasco and Gorey for all his hard work and everything that he's done since 2019. His leadership during COVID-19 kept our construction industry going. It kept us working with small modifications to our personal protective equipment. And that was critical, not just for my industry, but it touches most all of you that are in the crowd today. And I think that was just incredible leadership on his part, and I don't think he gets enough kudos for that, to be honest with you. I also want to personally thank him for supporting us as we're building the Atlanta Public Safety Training Center down just south of Atlanta. That was a tough job for us. We took a lot of shots. I think you guys probably saw it on the news, but he stood behind us along with several other folks, including Chris Carr. So thank you guys for that. And Governor, I just thank you on behalf of Brassman-Gorey for watching out for us. In November of 22, Governor Brian Kemp was elected as our second term of Georgia's 83rd governor, continuing his commitment to serving the people of our great state. Under his leadership, Georgia's navigated unprecedented challenges from the COVID-19 pandemic that I just mentioned to record high inflation, while staying focused on strengthening public safety, addressing learning loss in our schools, and supporting families across the state. As a small business owner for over 35 years, Governor Kemp brings deep understanding to the entrepreneurial spirit that drives Georgia's economy. He has been a tireless advocate for small businesses and a steadfast champion for job creation and economic growth. During his first term, Georgia consistently shattered economic records in jobs and investment and was named the top state for business for an extraordinary 11 consecutive years. That's worth an applause, y'all. Governor Kemp, along with his First Lady Marty Kemp and their 3 daughters, live on their family farm in Athens. Together, they remain dedicated to build a safer, a stronger, and a more prosperous Georgia for generations to come. Can you all stand up and welcome, give him a big warm round of applause for the Governor of the great state of Georgia, Brian Kemp.
Hey, thanks, sir. Appreciate that. Well, thank you so much, Chris. Thank y'all very much. Only in the great state of Georgia can you have Marquee Monday on Tuesday. It is an honor for First Lady Marty Kemp and I to be back with you all to share what we're doing to support economic growth here in the #1 state for business. And I just want to thank Sharon and the Cobb County Chamber team, Mike Plant, Jay, Rob, Ben. Thank you for your remarks and support of the Cobb County Chamber of Commerce. So honored to be with really a great team that we have in the state of Georgia that I've been honored to work with over the last 6.5, 7 years or so. Our Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones, Speaker John Burns, our Attorney General Chris Carr, Secretary of State Raffensperger, our newest constitutional officer, Barbara Holmes. Barbara, where are you? I want everybody to see you because you're going to be on the ballot here soon. Will you stand up? Where's Barbara? I know I can't see her, but she's here somewhere. But we're very excited about her leadership at the Office of Commissioner of Labor. Also want to thank the members of the General Assembly. I know there's a lot of those folks here with us today, and I know I'll probably miss some, but Senator Ed Setzler, Donzella James, and Representative John Carson, Majority Leader in the Senate, Steve Gooch, several of my floor leaders that are here, including Sue Hong and Bo Hatchett, Will Wade, Senator Larry Walker, another floor leader, Representative Matt Gamble, Sharon Cooper, who is no stranger to Cobb County for sure, another floor leader, Lauren McDonald, Representative Lauren McDonald, Representative Shaw Blackman, who works a lot on tax policy, Carter Barrett, and I don't know if Public Service Commissioner Tricia Pridemore made it or not, but I know she said she was coming. So if she's out there, great to see you. And then former Public Service Commission Chairman Stan Wise, a great Cobb County, and I just figured I'd give Stan a shout out. Stan, we appreciate your previous service here and for the state of Georgia. Also just want to thank the local elected officials that are with us. I know we have Chairwoman Cupid with us, the Mableton Mayor Michael Owens, and many other local leaders. We just appreciate you all so much. Our state leaders that are with us, the executive branch leadership, especially Frank O'Connell and his team in the Department of Revenue. I know this is an exciting day for them. It also, we create a lot of work for them when we do tax rebates. So I appreciate Frank and his team. But a lot of people don't really realize how much they're involved with the business community every single day in our state, working on a lot of issues, especially tax things that help Georgia-based companies and those that are looking to come here. So Frank, thank you and your team. And then again, the folks at Cobb County Chamber of Commerce, just thank you for having us this morning. You know, last week, incredible Masters Week in Georgia, down in Augusta, incredible tournament, incredible weather, especially the latter part of the week, and it really captures so much of what makes Georgia the #1 state for business. Each year as we roll out the red carpet for job creators who operate here or those that are thinking of moving here, while countless other leaders get a taste of what makes our state so special. It's also a testament to how successful Georgia is in the sports industry, and I know that Derek Schiller and Mike and the rest of the Braves folks can attest to that, especially with the great things that are going on here at the Battery. I was kidding Mike and Derek earlier that the Braves are on a big win streak. We got to keep it going. Derek said, we're going to be all right. I said, I know we are. So we're looking forward to a great rest of the season and certainly the economic effects that will have, not only in this area, but our whole state. These and other economic development efforts are bringing jobs to every part of our state, including right here in Cobb County. Just since 2019, we've seen projects bring almost 5,000 jobs and almost $400 million of investment into Cobb County. That's just things that the state's been a part of working on with the locals. It doesn't include all the incredible organic growth that's going on right here. Rob talked a little bit about that, with what he and the bank are doing, and you know what Jay and Ben and many others are doing as these great businesses continue to grow. It's because of growth like that, our responsible and conservative approach to budgeting, that Georgia is well positioned to continue on that trajectory, and we're committed to maintaining that pro-business environment. We call it the Georgia way of doing business, and that is what has made us the #1 state in the country for business for 11 consecutive years. It's also what, thank you. But it's also what enables us to return money to hardworking taxpayers like we're doing today. Ensuring we remain the #1 state for business is also why we made it a top priority this session to pass meaningful tort reform. For too long, Georgians suffered from an imbalance in the civil legal environment. But I'm proud that this year we secured final passage of legislation that addresses this issue and ensures we will remain competitive when it comes to attracting and growing businesses. I want to thank all of those that are here, especially our legislative leaders, as well as our private sector partners, for supporting that effort. It was no easy fight. I also look forward to seeing the impact that legislation will have on stabilizing costs for both businesses and consumers alike and opening up the marketplace. I'm also looking forward to seeing the impact of the two bills that I will sign today, putting money back where it belongs, in the pockets of you all, hardworking Georgians. In just the past 2 years alone, the General Assembly and I have committed to saving or returning over $7.6 billion through multiple income tax refunds, property tax exemptions, and suspension of the state gas tax. And I'm proud that we're adding to that number today. First, I'll sign HB 111, one of my administration's priorities this session. It was carried in the House by my floor leader, Sue Hong, and by Senator Bo Hatchett, another floor leader in the Senate. This bill yet again accelerates the largest state income tax cut in Georgia history. I signed HB 1437 2 years ago, which set us on a path to cutting our income tax rate from 5.75% to just 4.99%. Last year, we accelerated that cut by 10 basis points, bringing us immediately to a flat tax rate of just 5.39% for both individuals and corporations. Today, we're doubling down on that progress, cutting another 20 basis points. That will bring us down to a rate of 5.19% and save Georgians another $880 million next year. Again, this would not be possible without the commitment of our partners in the legislature and the team at the Office of Planning and Budget, led by Director Rick Dunn, who has worked hard to ensure that we meet our obligations while also returning funds to Georgia taxpayers. The next bill I'll sign will be House Bill 112, sponsored by my floor leader, Lauren McDonald, and carried by Senator Drew Eccles. I was proud to, both floor leaders, by the way, I was proud to stand with Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones and Speaker Burns this past fall, as well as many others in the General Assembly, constitutional officers, and other supporters, to announce this measure returning taxpayers' hard-earned money. After today, Georgians who filed jointly will receive $500. Single filers will receive $250, and heads of households will receive $375. This is the third special one-time refund like this that we have enacted. And our reason for taking this step is very simple. We know that this is your money, not the government's, and we know that you know best how to spend it. I'm proud to put this money back where it belongs and entrust hardworking Georgians with their own funds, especially as families deal with the high-cost environment that we have been in over the last several years. I also want to thank the General Assembly for its passage of House Resolution 42, sponsored by my floor leaders in the House and carried by Senator Eccles again in the state Senate, which obviously doesn't require my signature being a resolution, but this measure ratified the suspension of the state motor fuel tax during the immediate aftermath of Hurricane Helene. That devastating storm was like no other that we've seen, cutting a path of destruction across wide swaths of our state. We needed to act fast to support our people and our local communities impacted, and also to help first responders. And because of our responsible budgeting, we were able to offer relief through this suspension. In closing, I again want to say thank you and just appreciate the partners that we have in the General Assembly, the folks on my team that continue to be focused on budgeting conservatively, funding our priorities in state government, and supporting job growth statewide. In Georgia, we don't throw money at problems or use one-time funds to create long-term commitments that will drain taxpayer dollars. We invest wisely with a long-term view, and that approach has yielded incredible success. We're positioned well for whatever may come because we put the interest of hardworking Georgians ahead of the special interest. So with that, I'd like to ask the members of the General Assembly to come up, as well as our constitutional officers, and we'll sign these bills. Thank you all for having us today. Thank you. Okay. All right. All right, this is House Bill 111, tax cut bill on tax day. Here we go. Senator Hatchett. There you go. Chairman Blackman. Thanks you. Where's Frank? There you go, Frank. Appreciate y'all's hard work. Lieutenant Governor Jones. Speaker Burns. Appreciate you. Let's see, we've got Rick. Yep. That's a free-for-all. Put Marty in charge of handing the pens out now. All right, congratulations, y'all. Great work. Thank you. Who else are you missing? You get them on. All right, then we got House Bill 112. This is the tax rebate, so we'll get Frank and his team to start doing direct deposits to everybody's account or either sending you a check back. We'll get into some of the. All right. Thank y'all for having us. Congratulations, everybody. That's it.